This is your Houston chiropractor, Dr. Gregory Johnson. We have Sean in here with us today, and Sean drove all the way up here from Pearland, which is in southeast Houston. What is it, about a half hour, 45 minutes up here?
45 minutes.
45 minutes around the Beltway?
That's straight at 45.
Straight up 45, yeah. And Sean comes in here today complaining of bilateral pain down in his sacrum and his sacroiliac joints. But he's also got bilateral hip joint pain on both sides here, actually in his hips, and he's got very limited range of motion on that. I watched him walk down the hall as he's coming in. I said, "You got a hitch in your get-along, huh?" And he said, "Yeah, for years."
Yeah.
And I've already done his history and orthopedic neurological examination, and did you find that to be thorough?
It's the most thorough one I've had compared to my general chiropractor I've been to before, or an orthopedic surgeon.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
good.
Better questions.
Because a lot of people don't realize what we do in the first visit. I mean, I get really deep into your history and do a very thorough examination on you to determine what your diagnosis is, so that we can make the appropriate referrals. And I did already tell you that we were going to refer you out for hip analysis,
yes,
because you had positive orthopedic test on your hips. And I'm going to show them that first. So let's go ahead and lay you on your back. There you go. There we go. By the way, I think there's some confusion out there amongst people watching our videos. Okay, now, as I push down here, that hurts in your right hip joint, doesn't it?
Yes, sir.
This is called a Fabry-Patrick's test, and when this is positive, it means that the person has some form of hip pathology. He may have degenerative joint disease, osteoarthritis in there. He also may have avascular necrosis, which we just did a patient on that last week with that. He may also have Legg-Calvé-Perthes disease. So we're going to order some frog leg views, x-rays, and get some MRIs on his hip joints to see exactly. Now that one hurts on the left hip, doesn't it?
Yes, sir.
So that's a positive Fabry-Patrick test for left hip pathology as well. Now, Sean used to play high school athletics and college football, and then after that powerlifting, right, Sean?
Yes, sir.
So he's had a lot of compressive, traumatic, repetitive type of trauma to his hip joints and to his spine. And I'm going to show you something else very unique. Let's go ahead and turn on and tell me for me now, please, Sean. Now, anybody who doesn't think that leg length examination is a valid diagnostic tool doesn't know what they're talking about. His right leg is 3/4 of an inch shorter than his left leg in this prone position. Now, because of his pain in his hips and his low back, it's very difficult even to lift his legs up. But watch what happens when I do. Do you see how they get even? So that's telling me he doesn't have an anatomical right leg deficiency. It's a functional short leg due to his SI joint and due to his hip pathology down here. So I'm going to go ahead and adjust him today in a very safe manner, for even if he had avascular necrosis or Legg-Calvé-Perthes disease. But the thing I was going to say before, I think a lot of people are confused that just because we're a cash practice, did you feel that move? That moved excellent on the first adjustment. We will give you the ICD-10 codes and the CPT codes, and you can bill your own insurance for what you paid here, and give them the receipts from our office, and you can bill your own insurance company, that's really who the contract of your insurance is with, is you and your insurance company. And yes, I can talk and adjust at the same time. There we go. Boy, that one moved good too. Some of these are going to be a little sore at first, Sean, because they've been out so long. There you go. Okay, just breathe and relax. There it is. I still got one there. Okay, so let's go down and recheck your leg length here. Now I always do pre and post checks. You see how that's only about 1/8 of an inch off now. Sean, tell me if this feels any easier at all than that previous one to lift your legs up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, good. So he's got forward head posture like 99.9% of Americans do. Actually, probably 99% of the people in the world do, including myself. Let's go on your back for me now, which I get adjusted twice a week myself. So this is to bring your whole head and cervical spine up over your shoulders where it's supposed to be. See where the ear is back here over your shoulders now, as opposed to your head being so far forward like it was about 10 minutes ago. Put both arms straight out to the sides. So even though we're a cash practice, we will provide you with the appropriate information, coding, that you can take home and bill your own insurance companies for that, and hopefully you'll have better luck getting paid from your own insurance company, because that's a contract between you and your own insurance company, not between us and the insurance company, which is why we quit doing insurance, because they didn't pay us. Okay, relax. There you go. Now how far up did you feel that when I pulled you?
About here.
Up in your low back? Good. Let me have this leg too. See how stiff he is? There we go. Good. How about that one?
About the same.
Same area? Okay, good. Let's sit you up sideways now and face that way. There we go. Good. That's it. Perfect. I don't think a lot of you realize that I do a lot more every single visit than most chiropractors do too. I'm adjusting not only the spine and the pelvis, but the extremities on every single adjustment, the pre and post evaluations, 3-dimensionally on the posture. Okay, butt right here. So what people are paying me for is my knowledge and expertise in the diagnosis, treatment, and rehabilitation of musculoskeletal conditions of the spine and the human body. Slide down this way a little bit. That includes the extremities. Hip joints are considered extremities. There's actually an extra charge that you do for that. It's called extra spinal manipulation, and there's a whole other fee for that, but we just put everything into one fee for the BioPhysics adjustment and this manual spinal decompression being $250. There we go. Wanted to clarify that for you. And you could bill your own insurance on that, and you have probably a better chance of getting paid from your own insurance than we do. There you go. And you should have felt that all the way down.
Absolutely.
Good deal. And we did your reflexes on the exam, but they're even kicking better now. Did you see that?
Absolutely.
Just relax your hands right there
All right.
for me. Okay, relax your head in my hands here. Good. Okay, same here. There you go. So at the end of the patient's treatment plan, which could be twice a day for 3 days, or once a day for 3 days, or once a week for a few weeks. We don't ever put people on 3 times a week for long periods of time. We do short-term treatment to get people back to living their lives normally. Okay, let's stand you up here and face the mirror. Okay, let's have you close your eyes and bend your head forward and backwards again. That's already about a range of motion. Take a look at neutral now. Look how your head's up higher than it was. Take a look in the mirror. See, you feel more squared off right now?
Absolutely.
Yep. So here's your homework. You're gonna pull your shoulders up and back. See, I do post adjustment three-dimensional posture evaluation, and always send the patient home with their home exercise plan. So you want to bring your straight back, look in the mirror. Straight back your little right, see, so we go left. Now look at the wall behind you. And now I'm adjusting his atlas with him in a mirror imaged biomechanical configuration, which the adjustment of the atlas sends a neuroproprioceptive afferent impulse into the cerebellum. You can relax. So now, Sean, when you flex your hip forward and backwards again, this should feel smoother to you than the previous ones. Should feel like a little WD-40 in there.
Yeah.
Take a look at the mirror right now. What do you think? Compared to how you walked in?
Square, absolutely.
You know, walk around and tell me how your low back and hips feel right now compared to when you walked in.
A lot better.
Good.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
Good. You're going to be sore this first 72 hours. So just like a new workout type program.
Okay.
You went to the gym for the first time, so put crushed ice on your back or your hips for 20 minutes in a little plastic freezer baggie.
Okay.
Ziploc baggie with
Crush
crushed
it with a
ice.
hammer and
Yeah, whatever. Just stop at one of these stores and get you a big cup full of ice and pour it in a little Ziploc baggie and put it right on the area where it's sore and stiff.
Okay.
Drink a gallon of water every day for the rest of your life. And so I'm ordering the diagnostics on him. We don't do x-rays or MRIs here in this office, but we do have a facility that we refer out to here in Houston that does cash discounts for our patients, and they also do insurance if you have insurance, but I have to write the orders for that. So I've already got my diagnostic impression on what his condition is. However, it's a differential diagnosis, and I'm sending him out for diagnostic tests to confirm an official diagnosis on his hip joints, which we'll find out once we get the x-rays and MRI on your hip.
sounds great.
And what questions do you have for me?
Really, I mean, just
Here, come
one
on.
is better, you know. So I've got more information so far today than I've had in 20 years.
Oh, that's good.
Dealing with it, so
So do you feel like this is worth the fee that you paid us today?
absolutely.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. Well,
That's
thank you so much for
Thank
sharing
you.
your experience with everyone on YouTube. This is your Houston chiropractor, Dr. Gregory Johnson, coming to you from Advanced Chiropractic Relief in Houston, Texas. We'll see y'all soon.